YouTuber and figurehead to the Minecraft community's monotheistic religion, Dream, recently made a music video. This is what it looks like. No, this isn't what the CIA forces convicted war criminals to watch in Guantanamo Bay. It's a Minecraft YouTuber's latest creative venture. While the animation is really weird and disturbing, I want to discuss the trend the last few years where non-musically talented YouTubers will make music and convince people that it's like good and all that garbage stuff. Now, to be clear, I'm not talking about people like PewDiePie who make songs that are jokes and do it for fun. I'm also not talking about the ones who are actual musicians making music. I'm talking about these non-musician YouTubers who pass themselves off as serious musicians. You know the ones. Untalented, boring YouTube creators. And I guess other social media influencers. I hate that word. It feels disgusting to say that word. I'm gonna have to go clean my mouth out with soap after I'm done recording this. But anyway. These people have an audience predominantly of very young children, the ones that make the music. And that's really why they're able to sell it, because they don't critically think about music, and if it's good, they just see that a YouTuber they like makes it, and they're like, oh yes, talent. But anyway, the perfect example of this is Jake Paul. I'm sure people have talked about Jake Paul's garbage music more than they have the Bible, but I still think it's a very good example of bad examples of YouTuber music. All of his music videos are comprised of lyrics written by someone with a second grade vocabulary, with random curse words sprinkled in. And they're unenthusiastically rapped by Jake Paul with excessive auto-tune. And of course he's standing next to these expensive cars with a bunch of attractive young people surrounding him. Now that description is just every Jake Paul music video in a nutshell. But is the music itself good? No, it's auditory horse manure. His cadence and voice cannot be salvaged by any amount of auto-tune. And like the actual background music itself is just the most generic 21st century hip-hop garbage. It's just very bad. But he does it because it makes him rich.
Now this is his only incentive, but is it the incentive of other YouTubers too?
I'm not so sure. I'll get into my theory at the end, but Jake Paul is just greedy. This is not new information at all. That's just like saying the earth is flat. It's a factually proven fact that we've seen come true over and over again. Now, another good example, or bad example, depending on how you want to look at it, is Dixie D'Amelio. If you don't know who she is, she's famous for like... she's famous for having a famous sister, I guess. And her sister is famous for... Dixie D'Amelio is famous. That's all you need to know. This video isn't a philosophical discussion on fame and why it doesn't make sense to me. But regardless, Miss D'Amelio has decided to pursue a career in music. Because she's famous and anything she does will garner an audience, none of her songs are written by her. They're written by a team of experienced songwriters, but they're still very bad somehow. But the songs have very heavy auto-tune, and none of it is really Dixie. That felt really weird, just calling her by her first name. That felt gross. I'm gonna have to wash my mouth out with soap twice. But anyway, none of it is written by her, and the voice in the songs sounds so manufactured, it just doesn't sound like her at all. In fact, her voice sounds different in each song. The visuals in her music videos aren't anything special either. They're just kind of your basic rich person that invited a film student into her house vibe. But I will say, her most recent music video had some kind of unique, sort of interesting visuals. They were like kind of putting effort into it, I think. but it mostly just looked like they filmed the entire thing in an industrial-sized freezer. But her lyrics are where the real criminality comes from. She sings like she's the victim of endless torture and poverty. The lyrics are very, I'm 14, depressed, and this is deep. Which, I mean, I guess I can't even blame her at all, considering she doesn't even have a single writing credit on her songs. But what I'm saying is, they're bad. And even in the description of her videos, she has a bunch of typos, which is pretty funny, considering she has millions of subscribers and presumably a ton of money and a huge staff of people that help her with these songs. I really do think the two examples I've displayed are just cash grabs, intended to appeal to their audience, not meant to be thought-provoking or actually interesting music. But that's the first category. I think there's another category of YouTubers who aren't necessarily greedy. Now, these are YouTubers that have a passion for listening to music, and they feel that they can do as well as the artist they like, and post their music with the intention of spreading said music to a wide audience. And since they already have a large audience, they just want to share their art, in quotations, with the rest of the world. Now, this doesn't mean it's good. Most of the time, it's hot garbage. But you can feel a little bit of passion and creativity, and really just not super greed. I feel that Dream can be included in this category, and other YouTubers like Chills, aka the Burger King foot lettuce guy, number 15, Burger King foot lettuce, and Lele Pons, aka Loud Equals Funny. But I don't think these people do it for the money, particularly. They just think they're good at music, and they want to share it with the world. And who can really blame them? I mean, imagine if you had a love for music, and you had the inspiration to make music, and you had a really huge platform to share all your songs. You'd probably do it too. There are thousands of bad musicians who make music of the same quality as these people, although with a much lower budget. And they would kill for a chance to automatically get their music to a large audience. It makes sense that famous YouTubers would take advantage of their huge audience to share their bad music. Dream is a textbook example of this, I think. He just felt like making some music, writing down some I'm 14 and this is deep lyrics, and he just wanted to share it with the world, and since he had a lot of money and a huge audience, he was able to make the video and the song. And I'll give him partial credit for being unique with his animation. Now granted, it looks like the worst nightmare I've ever had, complete with everyone being drenched in sweat, and paper that looks like a washcloth floating in the water. But it's just not your generic YouTube-style music video, which I appreciate. And to be fair to the people I saw saying Dream did it for the money, that could absolutely be true. The only things I really know about Dream are that he cheated and lied to all of his fans, he has a burger, and the religion he started is more popular than every other major religion on Earth. Maybe he is doing it for the money, but I really don't think so. The only big YouTuber that isn't a music channel that makes good music, in my opinion, is Big Moist Critical. His songs have humor and effort, I think. And I think they sound good because they have actual passion and real instruments. I unironically listened to 2019 Guy and 2004 Breakup. They're just solid songs. I think they have interesting lyrics and interesting music videos, and they're just pretty funny and kind of catchy songs. And to be fair, I don't like pop or rap music, which is the main genre of most YouTube songs. And I do pretty much exclusively listen to rock music, which is the genre of Critical's music predominantly. But his music is just still much higher quality than Dixie D'Amelio's or someone like that. So in conclusion, if you want to make music, make sure it's in a genre I like, or I will bully you about it. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's very hard to make good music if you're not a professional, or if you're not talented. And if you are not a professional, you probably aren't going to make good songs. I hate to tell you this, but you should just stick to your day job. That's not something I would ever say to someone like Lele Pons, but it's just not in the cards for you to make music, I'm sorry. It's just funny to think that people think, oh, I scam children, or I make Minecraft videos, so I'm a great musician. I should be the one to make the music. I don't understand it. So, if you're a YouTuber, just don't make any music. Anyway, here's my song. Why does my Lego not ego? Why do my feet not meet? Why do I put this much effort into my videos? Why do dinosaur chicken nuggets taste better than regular chicken nuggets? Well, that's just how it is. Living in 2020.